The field of public health is so broad. It really helps one think about an entire population and health and well-being from the broadest possible perspective. So I think a lot of the skills that I learned at the Yale School of Public Health have really applied to what I'm doing now in being the president of a liberal arts college. It taught me how to think outside the box. It taught me about balance and health more broadly. And I think it really taught me about how to bring a community into work together towards a common goal. How did I choose the path? It chose me, honestly. I had always been interested in management and leadership, and I'd done a lot of that in hospitals before I was an academic. And then as an academic, even as I was doing my research, it often brought me back to how one builds community. How does one work on the performance of organizations so that the community feels fully included? And I guess it was 2009 or so, I was appointed at Vassar College as the head of college. That really brought me into undergraduate education and the idea of leading a community of undergraduates. And from there, you know, I got lucky, I worked really hard, and here's where I am. My fondest memory of my time at the School of Public Health, which really spanned 20 years, was always with students. And I particularly remember my very last class that I taught there in the health management program, capstone class. And I just remember the warmth in the room. And I remember my talk was about grace under pressure. And I've often thought I was telling students about this as part of being somebody in a leadership role, but I think I was talking to myself too. And I've often remembered that moment as just one that I wanted to take what I was saying to my own heart as well. There is so much that public health professionals can do to help in this politically volatile climate. The first thing is public health professionals know how to bring data. And we need data. We need verifiable data, the type of data that epidemiologists and biostatisticians insist on in really trying to make inference from truly honest, factual data. And I think public health professionals are perfectly poised for that. I also think public health is a very political issue itself. It's really talking about how do you allocate resources for some people to be healthier. And that drives all kinds of economic welfare, it drives all kinds of social equity questions. So we really have a place in the world right now, and I thank goodness so many young people are particularly interested in public health right now. My best advice for current public health students is to stay curious. You know, what happens so often is people over their career become brittle and sort of stuck. And public health is always changing, and students always are challenging us with the next generation of what needs to be. So my advice is to just stay curious, to constantly be learning, constantly be asking questions, and you know, enjoy the ride.